wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Shut up!
Hello everyone. So, I've been meaning to talk a little more about this game for a while now, but I just haven't really gotten around to it. And I wanted to make a more, like, you know, professionally made video, if you will, like more of a traditional review, but just been too damn lazy, swamped with all this other garbage. But I literally, like, just updated this game because I don't always have my system online, and the reason for that is because, like, the Wi-Fi signal's kind of whack, so I only really update it every once in a while. But yeah, they updated the everlasting fuck out of this game. I don't know when they did, but they did. And we are officially in DLC Season 2. I looked on the PSN store. We now have Hilda available, as well as another costume pack. I won't be able to get any of that for a while, so I'll have to give my thoughts on those later down the line. But for now, I just want to talk about the progress that Soul Calibur 6 has made so far since its inception. Yeah, as you can see, they completely changed the freaking layout of the character select screen for Season 2. I actually think this looks a little bit nicer now. I guess, like, the characters are a bit more organized. Whereas for a while there, I guess it was kind of a clusterfuck, but, yeah. So, I'm also going to talk about my thoughts on the Season 1 DLC characters, and, like, what the picks were. I believe they started off with Tira, and she plays about how you'd expect her to. Like, if you've ever played as Tira in, like, Soul Calibur 3, 4, 5, then you pretty much know how she plays, and she plays the same way. Although, obviously, characters have, like, completely different specials now. In Soul Calibur 4, there were the critical edges, which you could only pull off during an armor break, and it was basically an instant kill. And then Soul Calibur 5 had a completely different system where it basically acted like a special move, and it even had almost like a Street Fighter type command that you had to do for it. So it was literally like a fucking, like, Street Fighter 4 Ultra combo, basically. But now they're just activated at the press of a button and bada bing, bada boom. But yeah, she has one of those, every character has one of those, all the DLC characters have one of those, and Tyr even has her own story campaign, as most of the characters do. Except one. We'll get into that. To be from Nier Automata, a tomato, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't know. I've heard people call it Nier Automata. I call it Nier Automata because I don't know, it makes me think of the word automaton, which, I mean, this game does involve robots, so could be automata, like automaton or automata, a tomato. I don't fucking know. I have not played this game per se, but I did play a demo, and it was pretty cool. I just haven't gotten around to playing the full game yet. Kinda reminds me of Metal Gear Rising in some ways, for those who are familiar. But even though I'm not too familiar with the source material, I will say this is a really cool character. And she's pretty OP. I think they even ended up nerfing her, but she's still fucking OP. Like, for real. And you might notice, I get a lot of requests to use this character, but even on my own time, making my own characters, I still like to use this character. I make a lot of robot characters, and whenever I do, I use 2B's moveset, and I mean, if you watch a lot of my videos, and a lot of requests, and even some of the videos I've done my own, I don't know all the combos, but I always like to pit up like 2 very hards or 2 legendaries against each other, and 2B has some crazy ass fucking combos. Like, if you can pull them off, you'll just fucking destroy your opponent. She's ridiculous. One thing I don't get though, now, yeah, this is really cool as a guest character. You know, as you know, out of the box you've got Geralt, but then they have another guest character in DLC Season 1, that's 2B, from Nier Automata, a tomato, whatever. What I don't understand is that she doesn't have her own story campaign. And I'd be thinking, okay, well maybe guest characters just don't have story campaigns. That's bullshit, because Geralt has one. Geralt has a story campaign. 2B does not. So, I just kind of got lazy with that one. Tira has her own. 2B does not. I don't get that. Next up on our list is Amy. Amy Sorrell. I guess adopted daughter of Raphael over here. And in previous games, it was kind of established that I think Raphael had a bit of a thing for her. Don't even know how old this character is supposed to be. Probably young. So, pretty sure we may or may not have a P word on our hands. Don't even want to say the word. Any fucking way. That aside, this is actually one of my favorite Soul Calibur characters, so I am glad she got in. I'm glad she got in as DLC. Was a bit disappointed to see that she wasn't in 5, even though I guess she kinda was, because I think that they've pretty much established at this point that Viola is Amy in the future. Maybe. Same voice, similar clothing style, so I guess maybe. Looks similar too. But Amy, as she is, with her sword style, was not in 5. But yeah. One of my favorite characters. But again, she does play about how you'd expect her to. Although maybe just like a few more combos added to her arsenal, and obviously the new special moves, which we've already established that all the characters have. Because Soul Calibur 6 mechanics. So, not too much to say about her, other than I like her as a character. She plays about how you expect her to, and she does have her own story campaign. And finally, we have Cassandra. Cassandra, in my personal opinion, is more fun to play than... She's more fun than she's ever been. Like, they completely fucking overhauled this character. And I don't know why just this one in particular. Because Tira, Amy, they don't play too much differently than they used to. And all the other characters don't play too much differently than they used to, other than maybe having just, like, additional hits and additional combos. But Cassandra got... Jesus, like, her combo game is ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. Also, I think she's way more fun to play as than Sophia. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion or what. Maybe that's just me, but goddamn. Also, is it just me, or is Cassandra more stacked than usual, if you catch my drift? Like, I'm pretty sure Cassandra's more stacked than she's ever been. And I thought it was just Ivy that was getting the tit jobs. Anyway, yeah, for Season 1, I do like the characters that they picked. Although, it seems like they went with all females for the first Fighters Pass or whatever. Which, that's fine. I got nothing against that. I mean, honestly, the more female characters, the better. That's how I feel about that. But, just saying though. Yeah. They also added a few more stages. Oh, and yeah, I think I already said this, but there is another costume pack. So, you know, Kitty Meowser, if you're watching this, you were a bit afraid that they weren't going to be having, there wasn't going to be any more, like, there wasn't going to be any more fucking extra equipment, but it seems that there actually is going to be more equipment, and it's actually coming out at the same time as the characters, so it would seem, because it seems like costume pack, it seems like the next costume pack actually came out at the same time as Hilda. But okay, so they had a couple new stages. Silverwolf's Haven, which is literally just a daytime version of Cursed Moonlit Woods. So not a whole hell of a lot of variety there. And now there is a stage exclusive to training mode called the Grand Labyrinth Sealed Corridor, which is basically just a generic training stage. I don't know why they felt they needed a generic training stage, but if you ever wanted a generic training stage in this game, here it is. Also, as you may notice, there are slots for 4 more stages. So, also, you know, again, Kitty Meowser, if you're watching this, you were talking about how you wanted a few more stages in this game. It looks like they're going to be putting more stages in this game, so you know, it only took, you know, a year going on 2. I don't know. Depends on when in 2018 Soul Calibur 6 came out. I don't really remember, but it's been like about a year, and now I guess this game's finally on the right track. Not that I don't really think it was before, but obviously, you know, there was like the whole low budget thing and how this game has like way less items than Soul Calibur 5 did. There have been some items in Soul Calibur 4 missing from this game, which is just like, hello, what the fuck? Anyway, as you can see, they changed the HUD too. I think it looks a lot nicer now. The fucking health bars look pretty sweet now. I think they also, they did say they changed some balances as well. Also, there's like these icons. There's these weapon icons near the characters. As you see, Maxie has nunchucks, Killick has a staff. I don't know why that's really necessary, considering you can literally see the weapon in their fucking hands. Like, I know what weapon class these characters are, thank you. I don't think I needed... I don't think I really needed any more. But I mean, it's cool. Like, it looks cool. So, you know, it's aesthetically pleasing at least. So, the game looks better. It's going to be having more content, I guess, including more stages, and they're going to be adding stickers as well, I think. Like, this newest costume pack actually has stickers. Has stickers and Christmas outfits, which will really help me for some of my December battles, which will be involving, more or less involving Christmas. So that's nice to see, I guess. But, yeah. I don't really have too much more to say about this. I just wanted to finally get my full thoughts out there on, like, what I thought of, like, the Season 1. As far as the characters, I think they were pretty good picks. I suppose I should mention the costume packs as well that were involved in Season 1. Some of it was okay, and some of it was pretty underwhelming. There were some items that I was glad was there, like how they have much better boots now, because before the boots were either too long or too short. And there were boots that I really wanted them to put back into the game. And then they actually did for, like, the very first one, which I was happy about. And then they brought back the eagle, the eagle mask. I hope they bring back the wolf mask sometime soon. Like, that's the one I want to get back, is the wolf mask. Because, like, I mean, I did manage to make a wolf in this game, and, you know, I got a little bit creative with it, and I think it turned out pretty okay, but it's like, if I had a wolf mask, I wouldn't have really needed to do that. Which, I mean, okay, yeah. One could argue that maybe they're encouraging more creativity, but it's just like, I want the characters to look good, though. Which, I mean, for the most part, most of the ones I've made do, but they could look better if they had better items. You get what I'm saying here, right? Anyway. Yeah, so some of the items were good. Some of them were underwhelming. Really hoping they do better on Season 2. Also, we do need to see more male DLC characters. Which, if I had to wager a guess, I would assume Huang is next. From Soul Blade, Soul Calibur 1. That character, who was, like, I guess the original holder of Yoon Sung's moveset. Which, cool, I guess. And I didn't play through her campaign, but apparently Huang is in Song Minao's campaign, which a lot of the characters that have been added as DLC were in a different character's campaign. So I guess that does give you a good idea of what characters are going to be in the game in the future. Edgemaster appears in a few characters' campaigns as well, so it makes me wonder if maybe he's going to be a DLC character at some point too. Or if he's going to play a bigger role in the game at some point later down the line. Maybe. I am noticing a bit of a pattern here, so it's definitely highly likely that Huang's going to get in over Yoon Sung just because he appeared in someone else's campaign. Which, I mean, I think, Cassandra appeared in a character's campaign, she became a character. Amy Sorrell appeared in a character's campaign, she's a character. So, I guess that's the pattern we're getting here, is any character that appears in a campaign is a character as DLC later on. There also was a character in the campaign that actually literally had Lizard Man's moveset, so either Lizard Man or Lizard Man's moveset will probably be in the game at some point too, even though you can pretty easily make Lizard Man because there is a lizard race now for creation. It's probably why a Lizard Man isn't in the game yet, as they figured they'd just do that. It's like, okay, if you want to play as a freaking Lizard Man, here you go, you can just make your own lizard. Even though they don't wear clothes. There's so many types of armors that you can't put on a fucking lizard, which is pretty frustrating. But yeah. Also, what's been confirmed for Season 2 so far? What do I think of that? My thoughts on Hilda being in the game at all, I'm pretty mixed about. On one hand, I do like her as a character. She is one of my favorite characters from Soul Calibur 4, and she appeared in 5 as well. And overall, she's a pretty cool character. I don't play as her very often, but I don't mind her too much, and her being in the game is not the worst thing ever, but it did kind of come out of left field, and it's just like, okay, cool, I guess. But what about Setsuka? If we're talking more female characters, then Setsuka would have been like my #1 pick pretty much, because she's always been one of my favorite characters as well. I really like her umbrella sword, and you know, she's very aesthetically pleasing, if you will. So yeah, very pleasing to the eye, as most female characters in this game are. But I digress. And then we're getting a character from Samurai Showdown. I believe his name is Haomaru, which I'm not really sure how I feel about that one. If you've seen my Smash Ultimate Terry Bogard video, you might know how I feel about fighting game characters in other fighting games. That's not really that interesting to me. Geralt and 2B were a lot cooler because they don't appear in fighting games. It is non-fighting game characters put into fighting games, which I always really enjoy. But now we got a character from another fighting game in another fighting game. Also, what is it with SNK and putting their characters in other fighting games? Like, that's been happening a lot. You've got Geese Howard from Fatal Fury in Tekken 7. You've got Terry Bogard from Fatal Fury in Smash Ultimate. You've got Mai Shiranui from Fatal Fury in Dead or Alive 5 and Dead or Alive 6 alongside Kula Diamond from King of Fighters. So that's 2 King of Fighters characters in Dead or Alive now. And now they're going to have Haomaru from Samurai Showdown in Soul Calibur 6. I guess SNK is like really trying to put themselves out there lately, which I guess I'm okay with. But another problem I have with Haomaru is that, I mean, we already have a samurai character in the form of Mitsurugi. Pretty sure he's been there since the beginning. Haomaru has basically been in Soul Calibur since the very first game. Just under a different fucking name. Now, you can tell me the subtle differences all you fucking want. On the surface, they're basically the same character. Can we have a little more variety, please? I mean, if you were gonna put a Samurai Showdown character in this game, What's her fucking name? You could've went with that one chick with the fucking bird. Her name escapes me right now, but yeah. She even got a costume in Smash Brothers. So she's obviously a popular Samurai Showdown character. Anyway, yeah. Anyone who's familiar with Samurai Showdown, you probably know who I'm talking about. Chick with the bird. She can fucking send a bird after people, attack people with a fucking bird. And if you went with that character, it would have been really unique. Would have been something that was never in Soul Calibur before, but no, you had to go with the fucking katana-wielding samurai character, even though we already have a fucking character like that. And if you want to count Yoshimitsu, he's got a katana as well. Even though I think he's more of a ninja than a samurai, but it's the same fucking thing. Variety, please. And I mean, I get it. Soul Calibur's never really had that much variety to be. Well, I guess they do, but there are sort of copycats. Like you've got Cassandra's similar to Sophitia in the fact that she wields a sword and shield. Amy's similar to Raphael in the fact that she wields a. She basically has a similar fighting style, which. Yeah, but I don't know. I guess I can't really judge how Maru yet. Maybe he'll be fun to play, but I just don't know how I feel about having another samurai swordsman in this game on top of Mitsurugi. Anyway, enough of that shit. Yeah, I don't really have too much more to say, so I guess I'll end this video here. Have a good one. Nakaruru. That was her name. Goddamn brain. Yeah. Anyway, seriously. Look at her. She's adorable. And she attacks people with birds. Fucking birds. Would have been so cool. Missed opportunity. But no, I had to go with the fucking samurai instead. Even though we already fucking have one. Anyway, whatever. Rant over. Video over. I'm done.
Hallelujah! Holy shit!